Hi, this is Giridhar from Mobingan. Today I'm going to review the Nokia Lumia 1020. So here we got the device. The Nokia Lumia 1020 is the flagship device for Nokia this year. So I've already shot the unboxing video for you, so you know the retail contents of this box. So it's got this Nokia Lumia 1020 device in it, plus the wall unit charger and an in-ear headset, and that's it, and some literature in it. So let's dive into the device and see how the device fares. So this is an exciting launch for this year for Nokia, and it's got it's got a 41 megapixel camera in it, and so that's the highlight of the device. So apart from the camera, it's pretty much similar to last year's flagship device, the Nokia Lumia 920 or even the 925. So construction wise, this device feels pretty solid and premium in your hand. The material used is polycarbonate and it's carved into a unibody design. So the polycarbonate plastic doesn't feel cheap, it feels premium in your hand, and it's quite comfortable to hold it. The 4.5-inch screen is not so huge and it's not tiny as well, and it's just right size to be ergonomically fitting into your hand. And the device is not a very slim one, and it weighs around less than 160 grams, so it's pretty heavy for you to hold in the hand. But that's just all because of the technology that's gone inside the 41 megapixel pure view camera. So let's talk about the camera as well later on. And on the front you have the 4.5-inch screen that is Super AMOLED technology, clear black Super AMOLED technology, and it's protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 3, and it's got a resolution of 768 by 1280 pixels, and that when you put that resolution in a 4.5-inch screen, you get a pixel density of 331, around 332. And the screen, I mean the sunlight visibility is pretty good. So right now I'm sitting near my window and it's quite bright light here, so you can still see the screen pretty clearly, and it's got some good viewing angles as well, so you can see it from almost all angles. So that's here from the top, from the bottom, and at the bottom of the screen you have the usual Windows menus. So back, the Windows and the search button here, they're all capacitive. At the top of the screen you have the high resolution front camera. It's capable of recording videos at 720 pixels, and it's all there. You might also manage to see the sensor, the proximity sensor and the ambient light sensor here, and you also have the speaker grills for telephonic calls. And at the left side, there's practically nothing here. It's so smooth and it's a clean design. At the top you have the 3.5 mm jack for your audio sockets, and you have the mic, and also you have the micro SIM tray. At the bottom you have the micro USB socket and also the speaker grills, and there are a couple of grooves for you to attach your lanyard. The lanyard doesn't come with a retail package, but it comes with the camera grip. So I'll talk about the camera grip as well later on. At the back you have the massive 41 megapixel camera, and that leads to the slight hump. The hump is noticeable, but it's not as prominent as the one you saw in the PureView 808, and the hump sort of gets in your way when you're trying to type something in the screen, so that's kind of a little uncomfortable, but still it's kind of it's okay, it's bearable. And you also have these connections for you to attach your charging shell so that you can charge your 1020 wirelessly. The wireless charging capability doesn't come out of the box. You'll have to attach a charging shell to it to enable the wireless charging capability. Apart from the camera, there is nothing new in this device. So you have already seen all the functionalities of a Nokia Windows 8 device. It's pretty much similar to what you have seen in the other lineups like the 920, 925, or even the 928. The one feature that puts the Nokia Lumia 1020 ahead of all the other Nokia Lumia lineup is the Nokia Pro Cam software. So let's talk about the Nokia Pro Cam software a bit. The Nokia Lumia Pro Cam software is a unique software. It sort of lets you tweak a lot in your photography before actually taking the photo. Just pull the soft button to activate the shutter towards the left, and it reveals a whole lot of controls for you to adjust your image. So you can adjust your white balance, and you can adjust your focus to manual or infinity, and you can also adjust your ISO settings, and the maximum ISO is around 4000. And there's a shutter speed. You can control the shutter speed of the device. The least shutter speed you can get is 4 seconds here. And you also have the exposure evaluation. So that's kind of it's called EV here. It sets the exposure value for your photography. So it's kind of useful when you're clicking especially backlit photographs. And the UI is pretty neat. So it kind of teaches you photography. So when you control the white balance here, you can see that the scene actually changes according to what you're changing here. And also, let's say you're kind of messed up in your settings and you want to go back to the default, just slide this button again towards your left and it goes to all default. So you can also hide the settings by pulling it back towards the right. And if you just want to quickly set a couple of features here, there's always this setting called the dashboard on the top. So you can control your flash here, and you can pull up your focus setting, you can pull up your shutter speed settings. So let's take a picture. Here you go. Okay, so the flash was on and I have taken the picture. So hopefully you can see the picture here. So once I've taken the picture, I can practically zoom into the complete details to view the complete details of the picture. So let's say I'm just interested in the elephant here, and you see just the elephant, and it's very sharp, it's crystal clear. I can recompose the image after I've taken the shot, and I can just save it. So zooming in and zooming out is just a finger slide. So one finger slide zooms you, and one finger slide down zooms you out. Okay, so let's assume that I like just the eyes here. So I'm gonna take a picture of the car, and it's saving. And now let me go back to the pure view editor. So what I can do is I can actually unzoom the picture. So there you go. So I can unzoom the picture, recompose it, and save it. So what this means is it actually takes the entire frame for you, and zooming is lossless, and they are applying a algorithm to oversample the pixels, and that's the result. You're getting the high quality even when you're zooming in, and you are not losing out on the frame and all the pictures just because you have zoomed in. You can also always you can unzoom, recompose, and save the image later on, and you can also share it. The software saves the picture in two versions. One is the high resolution, another one is the lower resolution. The high resolution could be 36 megapixel or 38 megapixel depending on the aspect ratio you have chosen, and the low resolution is 5 megapixel, and this 5 megapixel image is useful for you to share the images in your social network or in your email. And I will show you how the pictures are in low light. So this is a low light picture. This is shot in Dubai Marina. Um, you can see the details the images has got, even though it was shot in complete low light, and the images are crystal clear. Obviously this image was shot in using a tripod, but even without a tripod I would say the images are really sharp. So this one wasn't shot with a tripod. This is a sunset of the Dubai High skyline. So you can see how clear the images is, and this is another picture shot from this helicopter, and you can see how close I can get to this shot to actually see the Al Burj. See the details here, I mean it's so sharp. And I will also want to talk about the lens in the camera. So the lens is an f2.8 lens, which means that the aperture is super wide and which gives you a soft blurry effect on the background. So you see this image here. So the subject in focus is this gelato glass here, and rest of the subjects which is in the background is soft and blurry. It's totally blurred out, and that's because of the f2.2 lens here, and it's 26 wide, so it's kind of super wide compared to what you get in a normal point and shoot or even a kit lens of a DSLR. Let me also talk about the optical image stabilization here. So the lens has got 6 glass elements in it, and these glass elements are sitting on a assembly of ball bearings, and which is in turn attached to a gyroscope. So whenever there's a shake in your camera, the lenses compensate for the shake, and you get a very stable, steady shot. Let me show you a sample video here. Let me find out the right sample. Yeah. This one was shot in a speeding boat. And you see how steady the shot is. It's as if I've shot them using a tripod, but it's totally handheld. Lumia 1020 supports quite a few range of video formats, including the DivX and XVID formats, and I haven't got any samples in my device to show you, but I have seen people playing videos in their device, and it's quite fantastic to watch it. And you can also listen to music using the Nokia music applications. So you got the mix radio to create a mix of songs for you, and there are quite a few applications. And the sound quality is really good, but the speaker kind of crackles up in high bass and high treble, and the headset that comes along with the device, it's not of great quality. It's okay for regular listening, but if you're an audiophile, I would recommend you looking elsewhere for a good earphones or even a pair of headsets. There are 3 camera applications right now which is really good, and the regular camera application that comes with all the Windows 8 applications, and also Nokia's Smart Cam and the Pro Cam. So you can shoot a sequence to create amazing effects, and you get the best shot of all the sequence. And also when you shoot a sequence, you can also make them like an action shot here, and you can emphasize motion to give a nice effect here. And you can always choose the best picture here, the perfect picture. For example, in a group picture, someone's got to close their eyes, and you can choose the best of all this. We have seen all these features in the HTC One, but I mean that's it's kind of good to see in the Nokia Lumia lineup as well. You can remove objects which you don't want from the background, and that's the features of the Nokia Smart Cam. The battery which comes with this device is inbuilt, and you can't remove it. It's a 2000 mAh battery on a 4G network. The battery lasts for a little over 8 hours, and when I bring down the network connectivity to 3G, it lasts for 1.5 days. And when I still bring it down to 2G access, and when I shot just a few shots using the camera, and also a little bit of browsing and regular calling, um, the battery lasts for almost 48 hours. So that's a good thing about the battery. But even then, if you are losing out on your on the battery which is inbuilt, so don't worry about it. There are a couple of accessories which is available for the Nokia Lumia 2020. So let me talk about the accessory as well. So this is a battery grip made of the same material, polycarbonate plastic design. It's an almost an unibody design. So it fits snugly into this Nokia Lumia 2020, and it's just made for it. And it's got a dedicated shutter button so that you can use this to click pictures. And the grip is ergonomically designed for you to hold the camera very comfortably. And at the bottom you have the mount to attach your tripod. So this is a very small tripod which I have here, so it goes in very nicely along with this. So there you go. And it's also got a battery backup of 1020 mAh, and this can charge your Nokia Lumia 1020 when you're attached to it. So let's attach the Nokia Lumia 1020 to this battery grip here and see how snugly it fits in. And right now my charge is full, you can see from the indicators here, and it's charging my phone here. The optical image stabilization is so good that you can go to a shutter speed of up to 2 seconds if you're holding your mobile very close to your body. But if you're going beyond 2 seconds, I would recommend you to use the tripod and which is attached to the battery grip here. I would always wanted all these features of a DSLR camera user to be available on a regular camera. So that's now available with my Nokia Lumia 1020 here. As a photographer, I always carry my lenses and my DSLR in my camera bag, and I would want a secondary camera in my camera bag, and this Lumia 1020 serves as a good secondary camera for me. The ProCam application and the battery grip and all these kind of applications, and along with the hardware, is something which a photographer has always dreamed for. So it's a photographer's dream device. It's just not for the photographers, it's for the regular users. These days they are all interested in photography. They want to share your lifetime experiences, the moments which you're having on your trip abroad, or even some random pictures which you want to click on the road. All these are made of or made very easy now with the Nokia ProCam application and the Nokia Lumia 1020's hardware. So it's an effective device which caters to both basic and the advanced users. And only downside I see here is the bulkiness of the device. Even though it's bulky, I would definitely buy this device because of the camera and the user experience that the Windows 8 platforms got to offer. So that's it from my end. So this is a great device, and I'm looking forward to hearing all your questions. And let me know if you have any queries. I can always answer it. Just put in your comments below, and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video. It's Giridhar signing off for Mobigan.